Like, this music. It always gets to me. It feels. I guess it does feel. It sounds and feels so sad. But it reminds me so much of like a Nameless piece of music. I guess it's the beautiful piano. My wound healed completely soon afterward, but I kept the bandages on. I didn't want anyone to see that my scar had healed. Since Ito, Heisuke, and Saito all left, the compounds felt so much larger and emptier. Around the same time, Takeda, one of the captains of the Shinsengumi, had also left. Aw, not Takeda! I guess these are things we can't help, but it felt as if everyone was going in different directions, off to forge their own paths. I couldn't help but feel sad about it. All things must come to an end. It is sad, though. I'm gonna miss people. July of 1867. July 1867. 3 months had passed since Ito had left the Shinsengumi, taking his men and others with him. Late one evening, I laid in my warm futon at an hour where I should have been asleep, but I couldn't sleep. I was tossing and turning in my bed. My mind was wide awake. I wasn't falling asleep anytime soon. But why? I was nervous, certainly, and I'd trained earlier that day, but neither of those was anything new. Okay, we're training, that's good. I needed to get to sleep soon, or I'd oversleep in the morning, and that would be embarrassing. Story of my life. As I forced my eyes shut for the 1000th time, I heard someone calling out for me. Yukimura, you still awake? The voice outside belonged to Hijikata. That was not what I was expecting. I scrambled to my feet. Yes. What is it? You have a visitor. Once you're dressed, come to the common room. A visitor? Who would come to visit me? Especially at such a late hour. I stood, puzzled, but I rushed to get dressed and shuffled towards the common room. Can't be my dad, can it? I slid open the door and walked in, and I was surprised at what I saw. Oh, okay. I apologize for disturbing your sleep. Oh, that's fine, but you got some crazy bedhead. Didn't you have time to brush it? Well, excuse me. We can't all have perfect hair like you. What? Really? I'm so sorry. Cut the stupid jokes, Souji. Huh? It was a joke? Don't worry. You don't have bedhead. Aw, thanks, guys. They're like, it's okay, girl. Don't you worry. Thanks for coming. Please sit there. Okay. Even Sanan was here. Wait, do I have a visitor, or was I just a ruse to get me here? Seeing all the captains of the Shinsengumi gathered, I shook with nerves. I went to sit down in the corner, but when I locked eyes with the person sitting in front of me, my eyes grew wide. Reason being, the person who was sitting was... Oh! Sen? And who is this lovely lady?
Hello, Chizuru. How are you doing? I'm sorry for visiting you so late at night.
Sen? So, my visitor was Sen? What could she be doing here? Only then did I notice a beautiful woman dressed as a ninja seated next to Sen.
Ah, yes, this one is with me. My bodyguard, one might say.
Bodyguard? I looked at the captains, hoping someone would explain the situation. Supposedly, she really wants to talk to you. I guess he's leaving it up to me to talk first. So, Sen, what brings you here today? Even though I was nervous, at the very least, our relationship was beyond just acquaintances. Sen looked back at me with a stern expression, and she looked down before speaking calmly.
Well, I'll get straight to the point. I've come to take you.
Come to take me? What do you mean? I don't understand what you're saying.
Well, it's actually a long story. I'm not quite sure where to begin.
There's no time. We must make preparations to leave immediately. Wait, hold on. Why should I go with you?
Yeah, that's a damn good question. You just barge in here, ask to see her, and spring this on us. Are you her relatives or something? She doesn't seem to have any idea, though.
Sen, can you explain a little more?
Yes, I do suppose you have a point. I suppose arriving suddenly and springing this upon you would be rather perplexing. Very well. I shall start at the beginning. It may take some time.
Okay, because I'm not going nowhere without an explanation.
Should we step out?
No, I'd like you all to stay. It does involve the lot of you as well.
She glanced around the room, looking at each of the captains, and started to speak.
You are familiar with Kazama, yes? I hear you have crossed swords with him once or twice.
How'd you know that?
Oh, well, I hear of most things that happen in Kyoto. Eventually.
You're something like Kazama and his punks, aren't you?
I would rather prefer not to be associated with his ilk. But yes, in a sense, you are correct.
So you're also a demon? Fine. You were talking about Kazama.
He showed up at Ikadaya, Hamaguri, and Nijo. He's got something to do with Satsuma and Choshu, doesn't he?
Well, most of the time it seemed more like he was there for his own reasons, not any kind of domain politics. Either way, he's an enemy of the Shinsengumi.
Then you're also aware that he is pursuing your lady friend here.
Sen gestured at me for the captain's benefit, then fixed me with a level stare. What was going on? This was getting stranger and stranger, and I was starting to think I didn't really want to know the rest of the story.
We are aware of that. We are also aware that Kazama and his compatriots call themselves demons. Not that we're inclined to believe such a claim, of course.
No, I do not think their claim as demons is unfounded. All three of them possess powers that make them incomparable to humans. However, despite their strengths, their presence is virtually unknown amongst the public. In normal circumstances, that is impossible.
It's rare for you to say something so kind, Sanan. So, go on, Sen.
Ah, then you know they are demons. Excellent. That will save me some time, then. I am not a human either. I am also a demon.
You are?
I am, in fact, a princess. Princess Sen.
An acquaintance of the heroine. They first met each other in Kyoto. She claims to be a demon. Her name is also Osen? With that, she gave us an elegant bow, exactly like what one might expect from a princess. I come from a family of ninja who have served Princess Sen and her family for generations. It all makes sense now. I'd wondered why you were being so friendly. I was wondering if this was the beautiful lady that was hitting on Hijikata the other day. You were gathering information on the Shinsengumi. I have no idea what you mean. She tilted her head to the side politely and met Hijikata's glare with an innocent smile.
You know her? Move your eyes up about 6 inches, Shinpachi. That's Kimigiku.
I knew it. Wow, Shinpachi called out. Her work as a Shimabara courtesan was only a cover. Her true role was as a spy and bodyguard for Princess Sen.
She's, dressed a little different from when we met her at Shimabara, but that's her face, alright.
district in Kyoto where one could find licensed courtesans. It is also referred to as the Red Light District. We've talked about Shimabara for ages, and I'm only now getting a terminology thing on it.
What?
Kimigiku smiled.
We demons have lived in this country since... well, since a very long time ago. The top officials in the shogunate and in many of the domains already know of us. Most demons had no interest in human matters and preferred to be left alone, to go about their own affairs in peace. However, humans in positions of power saw that they might achieve great things with the assistance of demons, and so demanded that assistance.
And did the demons obey?
Many did not. They felt they had no obligation to involve themselves in human affairs. Human ambition meant nothing to them. But when they refused, the human lords were furious. They sent out great armies to destroy the villages of the demons.
How horrible.
The demon clans scattered across the country and were forced into hiding. No longer isolated in their own communities, they went on to mate with humans. These days, there are few demons who can claim a pure bloodline.
And I assume Kazama is one of these.
Sen nodded.
Currently, the largest pureblood family is the Kazama, who have the Satsuma domain support. You have already met the head, Chikage Kazama.
Chikage Kazama.
In the east, the largest family is the Yukimura.
Oh man, we could be such a power couple though. Gosh, could you imagine?
That would be your family, Chizuru.
What?
I heard that the demons of the Yukimura clan living in the hidden village were destroyed by humans. But it would seem there is a survivor. That survivor is her. Chizuru, the blood that runs in your veins is pure and strong. I sense great power from you.
So I'm not just a half-demon, I'm a pureblood. Wow. No way. But...
I had Kiku gather as much history on your family as she could.
I know you may find it all difficult to believe, but you are very much a demon. The revelation of all of this was nearly impossible to comprehend. I was at a loss of words. I mean, I was told I was not a human, but a being called the demon. The main character was informed by Princess Sen that she is a demon. I couldn't believe it, but... at the same time, all the odd things that occurred all made sense now. Yeah. Now I knew why Kazama was after me, and why I'd healed so much more quickly than anyone else.
If you are indeed the descendant of a pure-blooded demon, then Kazama's desire for you is clear. Should two purebloods mate, they will produce an even more powerful demon.
Told you, power couple.
Ah. So, he wants her for his bride.
After a fashion, yes. Kazama will definitely return for her. Thus far, he has been content to toy with you, but I cannot guess how much longer that may last. Should he devote all of his formidable abilities to this task, I do not think you will be able to protect her. Even the Shinsengumi cannot stand against the true power of a demon.
Whoa there, princess. You don't think that's going a bit far? Shinpachi's right. You aren't giving us enough credit.
The only reason you are still alive is because Kazama and his companions have not turned their full strength on you.
Then let them. I should dearly like to see the power of a true demon.
Sanan! Kazama and his friends had already demonstrated incredible strength. Even the captains of the Shinsengumi had been easily brushed aside. If that was not even the full extent of their strength, then a battle to the death against one of them would be... Shinpachi and Harada are right. Although they were more powerful than any average human warrior, the difference in power between us wasn't so vast that we couldn't best them, even if they were going easy on us. Very true. Besides, we've got the demon himself in command, don't we? Ha ha. Shut up, Souji.
I understand how you feel, but You must realize that these men are unlike any other foe you have faced before. Your guy's job is to protect the safety of Kyoto, not to protect her. That is why I must ask you to leave her to us. In our care, her chances of survival will be much higher.
Hey, give us a chance, alright? Are you trying to say we can't protect her? This may sound rude, but you're talking about the power of 2 women over all of us. It's hard for me to imagine your thin arms could go head-to-head with guys like Kazama, Amagiri, and Shiranui.
Look, lady, you're not part of the Shinsengumi, so I'd appreciate it if you could keep your nose out of our business. Both Sen and Kimigiku seem to be thrown off by the captain's reactions. Can you blame them? Why don't you give them a demonstration of your abilities, ladies? What about you, Hichikata? You've acknowledged Kazuma's strength. Surely you must at least consider the princess's offer. Please, give her to us. That's different. It's not our style to back out on a promise. We decided we're going to protect her. We're not going to run away just because they're demons. And besides, if you're going to claim that you're a demon, I guess I'll take it, but that doesn't mean we trust you. Do you know who you're speaking to? Princess Sen is a descendant of Suzuka Gozen, a female demon said to have lived on Suzuka Mountain. She fell in love with Tamamuro Sakanoe. Let me try that again. Tamamuro Sakanoe, and went to live with him in Yase. Okay.
Kimigiku, please, that is not necessary.
Her tone was calm and friendly, but it left no room for argument.
I agree with Hijikata. If she really does have a blood of a different species, we'd like to cooperate with her for internal purposes in the near future.
Oh, I knew you were going to be all over that. What? Kimigiku glared at him. She probably didn't say anything out of concern for Sen.
I see. That is a problem, then. There is no way I can convince you?
Hold on a minute. We didn't confirm one important thing.
Important thing?
Yukimura, what do you have to say about this?
Me? Well, I couldn't give an immediate answer. Thank you, Kondo, for actually asking what I would like to. It wasn't that I was doubting Sen and Kimigiku, but...
I see. It must be difficult to discuss with an audience. You ought to speak with Princess Sen alone.
What the hell, Kondo? Hijikata tried to protest, but Kondo didn't change his expression.
There should be at least one witness. The princess may take Kimigiku as well, of course.
No, that's not necessary. We've been ignoring her feelings this whole time. If she wants to leave this place, then we shouldn't stop her.
Kondo. Damn it. You're so easy on people as usual. Well, if Kondo says so. His words spoke for the rest of them as well. They might not like it, but Kondo was the chief. I love Kondo. What he said went. But it was above his title alone. I think his personality usually won out these sorts of issues.
You won't steal her away the moment the two of you are alone, will you?
You needn't worry. Once a demon makes a promise, we keep it.
I'll be fine. Sen isn't a bad person.
Why, thank you, Chizuru.
When she smiled, her expression had returned to that of a girl her age. A few moments later, we found ourselves alone in my room.
I know I've given you a terrible amount of things to think on this evening.
What I want to know is, you've known about this for quite some time now. Why all of a sudden have you decided to come forth with this? Have you heard a rumor that Kazuma's about to attack, or what?
I'm awfully sorry. Normally I would never take this kind of measure.
No, it's alright. I'm sorry about, them. They said some pretty mean things.
Well, that's to be expected, I fear. I was asking rather a lot of them, and frightfully suddenly. Not many humans would accept the existence of demons so readily. But enough of that. On to business. What do you say to my offer? Have you thought on it?
I had indeed. If Sen had come to me when I'd first arrived in Kyoto, I might well have taken her up on her hospitality. But now...
The Shinsengumi seems to believe that they can. Though I do not doubt their dedication, I confess I do doubt their ability.
Perhaps what she said was true. The Shinsengumi were powerful and skilled. I'd seen them face overwhelming odds and emerge victorious, but those odds had always been only human. The strength of even a single demon was something great and terrible. Of that there was no doubt. We had all seen so firsthand, and some had even lost their lives to that strength. And the same fate could occur even to the captains of the Shinsengumi.
I'm sure the political situation in Kyoto will be more chaotic in the near future. If Kazama were to strike during such a time, what do you think would happen? You should leave the Shinsengumi. That way they will be able to fight without worry.
Sen. Her eyes were serious, but warm and honest. Whatever else she might be, her concern for me was real. Thank you, Sen, but... I hesitated. I just couldn't get myself to agree.
Is there a reason you wish to stay?
Yeah.
Oh my. One of those gentlemen, perhaps.
How did you know? What? Her question had been entirely innocent, although it had caught me off guard. I couldn't possibly lie to her. You right. Yeah. I nodded and did my best to look confident, and she's like completely shocked. She seemed a little surprised, but she eventually looked relieved and softened up.
I see. Well, I shan't ask who. But I can certainly understand your dilemma. That being the case, I couldn't possibly tell you to leave.
Really? Really? She was like, yo, girl, you got a butt to go and chase? That's fine. I understand. I mean, priorities and everything. Good luck with that. Thank you for waiting.
So how was it? Have you reached a decision?
Before I could speak, Sen stepped forward.
After some discussion, we have decided to leave things as they are.
Sen. Are you sure, Your Highness?
Quite. For now, I believe it is of utmost importance to prioritize her wishes.
Very well. The Shinsengumi accepts responsibility for her well-being. Just relax and leave it all to me. Oh, I'm sure Shinpachi will give you all sorts of other things to worry about. Still, glad to have you around.
What kind of girl would want to stay here? I can't tell if you have guts or if you've got rocks for brains. I love you too, boy. This doesn't make you special. You'll receive the same treatment you always have. Right. Thank you, all of you, for letting me stay. Sen took my hands in hers and let her eyes rest on mine.
Do be careful, Chizuru. And remember, I am on your side.
Thank you, Sen. She gave me one last warm smile, and then Sen and Kimigiku were gone. What a turn of events. Once again, sleep refused to come. My mind worked furiously, turning over everything Sen had told me, examining it from every angle. I was a demon. Not only that, but I was the head of a pure-blooded demon clan that was nearly destroyed, my heritage being the reason for Kazama's continued interest. Gosh. I had decided to stay with the Shinsengumi, but was that really the best idea? Should I have left instead? I'd wanted to stay, of course, and I didn't really think leaving was a reasonable choice, but... what if I'd made a mistake? Eek! Crap. I heard a sound from outside and it made me jump. That sound! Could it be?
I'm sorry for bothering you so late, but this is an emergency.
I heard Shimada from the hallway. Yes? The door snapped open as Shimada stepped in. His eyes darted back and forth nervously and his body was tense. Has something happened?
The demons have attacked us. Here.
What?
They're after you, which means you need to stay here.
But I was the reason they'd come here. How could I justify sitting on my hands while others fought my battles for me? Oh gosh, I didn't know what to do. I've got a very sick tuberculosis boy. I don't want him to get kicked in the chest again. Gonna risk it for the biscuit and see what happens. I have to go, Shimada.
I can't let you do that. The commander made sure I don't let you come out.
Those demons are here for me. If anyone gets hurt, maybe they'll listen to me. That's why they're here, right? What if I can convince them to leave peacefully? I don't think that's really gonna work. Call me crazy. Please, I'm begging you. Let me go. We know that they are here for me. So if I could convince them, maybe Kazama and the others would hear me out. Shimada's brow furrowed, and his mouth drew into a tight line, but at last he sighed, shaking his head.
Fine. If you're going to be that insistent, I don't think there's anything else I can do. I was told to protect you, though. So if you're going, then so am I. Is that alright with you?
That will be fine. I'm gonna get Shimada killed. We ran out of the house, and then I paused momentarily, unsure of where to go.
This way, Yukimura.
The second he said that, something passed right in front of my eyes. His big body flew. You flung him? He's huge! He flew several yards through the air, then hit the ground hard, sliding another few feet before lying still. Shimada? It all happened so quickly. I tried to run up to him, but then...
Just where do you think you're going?
That voice! Ah, it's you again! Oh, crap. In the same instant that I recognized his voice, I felt his arm snake around my neck to pull me in. Ah! I struggled, but his grip was as immovable as steel. Let go of me!
I heard the Yase clan had visited you tonight. I'm sure they got you up to speed. You are a noble demon. It is beneath you to lay in the nest full of pathetic fakes. Come with me.
It was obvious that what he was referring to when he mentioned fakes.
You've seen the pitiful attempts at manufacturing demons, have you not? Do you really think it's necessary to help them in creating such abominations, just to carry out their sick agenda and self-interests?
I couldn't find a response. For obvious reasons, I wasn't necessarily in favor of the existence of Furies, but there are times when you have no other choice. Still, as an outsider, I'm in no position to say. And more than anything else, my father was the one responsible for this serum. I'm not telling him anything about stuff in case he doesn't know. You don't even know anything. You don't even know anything about the Shinsengumi situation.
So what? Even if I were to entertain their excuses, would you be asking me to turn a blind eye?
Well... Just then... Hey.
Breaking into our headquarters, huh? Takes balls. That girl named Sen or whatever, you... This isn't a gathering place for demons. Fun's over now, pal. Are you ready? Hey man, I heard you're barging into our place to get yourself a wife.
I think that's my favorite line so far. Oh, that's great.
You think you'd get the point by now after all these rejections. I guess demons are very persistent.
Hijikata! Harada! Behind them I could see Yamazaki and several of the other Shinsengumi soldiers. Some men were missing, though. Had they been injured by the demons? Perhaps even killed? Where's my boy?
You fools have no idea of her worth. Demons are best fit to be with demons. She is most valuable when used by a fitting partner.
Ah!
Huh. So you decide to take her against her will just because you're too scared of the rejection you'll get from flat out asking her out, huh?
I love Harada.
You're so lame and creepy. She's worthless to you as a hostage. Even if you take her as a hostage, we'd kill you regardless without any hesitation. I have no intention of using her as leverage. I wouldn't have to anyway with the likes of you.
The ring of men around him began to draw in. I could feel the tension build, like a rope being pulled taut. Soon it would reach its breaking point. What was I going to do? I'm gonna save again. I don't know where any of this is going. I'm just picking random things. My boy's not here. I'm gonna try to escape so that they don't have to worry about me. Hopefully I don't die. Let's try. I twisted my body back and forth, gathering up all the strength I could manage to pull against Kazuma's hold, but it was no use. Darn it!
This is pointless. Even with demon strength, a male is stronger than a female.
Well, I tried. But I distracted you. Kazuma picked me up and easily bypassed the circle everyone had formed around him. Is this the end? Well, I saved, so I can always go back if I die. Is Kazuma just going to abduct me like this? Just when I was about to give up. Kondo!
I am Izumi Kondo, chief of the Shinsengumi.
Kondo appeared out of the dark, bounding across the grounds.
The head of the Shinsengumi's chief will make an acceptable trophy, I suppose.
No!
Stay calm, Yukimura. I'll save you.
Kondo, be careful. He's not human.
I know that. Ya!
Kondo's aura was filled with a fighting spirit, and he charged towards Kazuma. He swung heavily. Kazuma easily sidestepped Kondo's attack.
I'm not done yet.
Sparks flew from the metallic clang of their blades. Kazuma didn't look like he was phased at all as he intercepted Kondo's attack. I'm impressed that he's doing all this while also keeping a firm grip on me.
Not bad for a human. I guess the title of chief of the Shinsengumi isn't just for show.
Kondo's sword tore down through the air again, his face the picture of a furious god. Wow. Kazuma blocked his strike, but with me in one arm he couldn't go on the offensive.
You will return her to us! Ha! Go.
Wow. The sheer power of Kondo's next blow drove Kazuma back a few precious steps. Damn. Just then... Ah! I felt myself thrown to the side, away from Kazuma. My body flew into the air and suddenly I found myself on the floor. you!
Are you alright? No matter. Hurry! Get up!
Yes! Yamazaki offered me a hand to pull myself up. Good move, man. With me out of his grasp, Kazama was able to fight freely and had begun to push Kondo back. Can we gang up on this guy, please?
Something wrong. You look out of breath. Huh! I have enough breath to fight you!
Yamazaki's brow furrowed as he was observing the battle, but it seemed he couldn't stand there anymore.
Yukimura, I want you to hide in the building. You must not come out. You understand?
But...
If you're here, the chief won't be able to fight without being distracted. Hurry!
Okay. Please, be safe. I ran into the compounds. He told me to hide, but... where am I supposed to go? Aha! A door for the room over seems to be open. I ran in. Gah! Oh. Something caught my foot and I fell forward. Okita's head? Ah! I was so taken aback that I screamed. Huh? What's going on? I should have hit the ground hard, but I didn't. And I felt something soft under me. Oh, no. Oh, no. What have I gotten myself into now? Gotta admit, I didn't figure you for this type of girl. The voice came from below me. Please don't tell me it's... that face. Oh my god. It's like, I'm into it. Okita? Didn't think I'd be getting pushed down into bed tonight, least of all by you. Oh no, this is just a mistake. I didn't mean, Yamazaki, it was an accident. I realized I was babbling and shut my mouth. An accident, huh? Really? Petals just flew out of his neck? I guess. He's like, this was out of my control, okay? I just ran into the... None of this was my fault. Tell me, how is it on top of me? Does it feel good? Huh? Oh! I'd been so busy trying to think of an excuse, I hadn't realized I was still on top of him. Sure. I'm sorry. Out of extreme embarrassment, I leapt off. Hiya! I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Hey, come on. It hurts me when you apologize. It makes me think you hate me or something. No, it's not that. I was just, embarrassed. For some reason, I couldn't get myself to say that out loud. I'm shocked that you're actually in here when all the excitement's going on. The clangs of swords were resounding all through the compound. It's getting pretty serious out there. The demon showed up. Yes, that's right! Yeah, I know. I want to go out there and fight too. But if I go out, Kondo will get mad at me. Oh. Okita looked a little sad and he looked out at the compound. Kondo's out there though, right? Yes. But he's fighting one of the demons. Don't worry about him. He's an amazing swordsman. Way better than me. Okita's eyes shine with admiration for Kondo. There was no question that he trusted him to win. I wonder why Okita trusts Kondo as much as he does. As such thoughts crossed my mind.
Yukimura, are you safe?
Yamazaki ran in out of breath. Oh, Yamazaki! How is it? Is Kazama...
We managed to make them retreat. I don't think they'll be returning for the night.
Really? Oh, what a relief. See, I told you. Okita smiled, but there was a hint of sadness in his eyes. Maybe it was because he wanted to fight alongside Kondo. Aw.
Yukimura, return to your room. You should rest.
Alright. Good night, Okita. Yeah. Good night. Okita waved and I returned to my room. We will never speak of this again.